Hello, everyone. This is Angel Rozier. Most of you know me as Nikki Rozier. I am one of the instructors here in the UX and UI graphic design program at Bryan University. And this is just a quick tutorial to sort of help you get familiar with some of the very interesting, very fun, creative, and very smart tools that are in Adobe XD. As you know, Adobe XD is one of the UX UI programs that UX UI designers use outside of Figma to create wireframes, both low fidelity and high fidelity, and very great prototypes and mock-ups for mobile apps and web apps. Now, this video is going to show you how to use Repeat Grid. What Repeat Grid does, it does allow you to go in, and it's similar to copy and paste, but a lot better and more advanced. So what I have here is just a Web 1920 artboard or size artboard. I'm going to zoom out so we can look at it. And I'm going to just stretch it out just a little bit so you can see it. So I'm going to start creating like pieces of a low fidelity wireframe. Normally when I do wireframes, I sort of keep them in black and white as far as color. And wireframes are just a way for you to sort of establish where the placeholder for things will be when you actually go in and create the high fidelity of the actual real looking website in Adobe XD. So I'm going to start my process here by sort of creating this bar that will be for my banner. I'm going to make my field here. Okay, and I'm going to use the circle tool as my placeholder to where my logo will go. So I'll just put this here. Maybe my logo will float like it is. I'll use my text tool. I'll type out the word logo here. And I am going to change the font. Let's just do it to 75. So we can see it here. I'll center it and I'll make this font color black so we can see it here as well. And using my selection tool, I'm just going to drag this up to my placeholder here. What you see here are smart guides. Adobe XD does a great job with it, allowing you to sort of, or guiding you rather, as to where things should go, based on the center of an object or if it intersects in the spacing as well. So here I have my logo. I'm going to actually create my navigation really quick here too. So I'll go home and I'll actually make this in white so we can see it. Let's see here. There we go. And I am going to change the size of this as well. So I'm going to change this to, let's just say 50 here. So I have the word home here. Now, normally when I go through and like make my menus, and the way that we're probably used to doing it is, just going in, sort of find the placement of where you want your buttons to go. You may go in and use another text box and, type in about. I'm here for the second page as well. And then, like I said, with Adobe XD, you can sort of line it up to where you want it to be. So that is one option that you can use. One of the options that I actually use is the tutorial we're going over, which is Repeat Grid. And this is the option that allows you to repeat objects and customize things as far as text and images as well. So I'm going to show you how to use Repeat Grid for your menu. So I'm just going to go here and click on Repeat Grid. And once you click on Repeat Grid, you see that the highlighted box that shows the selection has turned to green. This lets you know that Repeat Grid has been quote unquote activated. So now I'm going to just move my mouse here until I can get like 4 words here for my navigation. So you see, if I were to move this, a little bit further in here, I have home, 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 and home. And what this does, it places a grid-like vertical line across my menu bar, so I don't have to go in and keep typing the words over and over again, or doing a copy and paste of the word home and trying to line it up. So it allows you to make sure you have good alignment and good spacing for your menu items. So to change the spacing, because there is a lot of spacing here, I can actually move my mouse like right in between these lines that are here. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see the lines. If you look, there's like this blue line that's here. If you take your mouse, you can sort of change, the spacing that's there too. And it changes it for all of them. So I think this would be good for me as well. And then I can double click if I choose to. And then change, the words that are in here. Let's say portfolio and contact. So now I have my repeat grid that's here. It has all the stuff that I need for my navigation. And again, if I want to go in and modify it just a little bit more, I can do that as well. So this is one way you can use repeat grids to actually create like menu items, or if you have, text that has to be aligned vertically on one line for whatever reason, you can do that with repeat grids as well. So I thought this was a very, very cool tool when I first found out about it. I'm in Adobe XD. So now I'm going to actually use this box here. We're going to change the fill to like a light gray here. And I am going to actually use the line tool here. I'm going to create a line that sort of goes from one end to the other. We'll change this to black. And this is going to represent like where my image is going to go for my wireframe. All right. So normally when I create a website, I have some type of like feature section that shows like 3 things I want, to feature on this page, maybe some important information. Maybe I want to feature a blog or a new portfolio item, or just, something that I might be selling. Maybe I'm selling a course, or maybe I'm selling, a package or a service, since this is a portfolio site. Well, I need to go ahead and sort of decide how I want to create that. I will use the circle here. Actually, let me use this rectangle or square, since I used the square before to sort of represent an image. And I'm going to put it here. I'm going to use the same color field here because this gray sort of represents images for my wireframe. I'm going to create this little box here. And all this means is that this is going to be my placeholder for my image here. Okay. So I have that. Now, when I do text, I normally just, create a line like right below here. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. We're going to make this border black, and I'm going to change the size to 2 so we can sort of see it here. But these lines will represent where the text will go for this particular item. And when you hold down the shift key, by the way, and, sort of move your line, and moves it straight for you so you don't have to worry about it going up as it did earlier. So now I'm going to show you how to use the repeat grid to sort of create like that line effect. And then I'm going to actually create some more of these. So if I go to repeat grid again on this particular line, you see I have this line highlighted in green. And if I go down, I can create a bunch of lines that sort of represents my text box here. So this is my first feature, section in my feature section for my portfolio website. Now I'm going to use my mouse. I'm going to drag over both of these items, the image and then the lines here, and I'm going to do another repeat grid, and it puts them together. And I love this part because now I'm able to go in and make as many feature item boxes as I desire. Not only can I go horizontally. I said vertically earlier. I meant horizontal. Vertical is up and down. Horizontal is left and right. So when you create these repeat grids, you can go horizontal, or I can go vertical. So if I wanted to create like a whole grid of like feature things here, I can definitely do that as well. So let's just say I wanted to do that, and the bottom ones don't have like a lot of text, and then I want to go in and change the spacing, I can definitely do that. So now I have like a full page of all of the feature sections that I want from my website. And if I decide I don't want to do the bottom ones and just have these 3 here, I could actually do that as well. So again, this feature is called Repeat Grid in Adobe XD, and it's a way that you can work smarter and not harder. Once you create a particular product, you don't have to worry about like creating it anymore. If you use repeat grid, you can make it once and you are done with that as well. Just an added bonus to this video: if I decide I don't want these items to be grouped anymore, I can always go in and click the word ungroup. I'm not going to do it here, but I will do it for my menu. So let's just ungroup these. And now you see that these are actual separate words for my navigation. So that is an option if you decide you want to ungroup it. Another option as well is like if I'm going to use this same setup for another page, I can right click here and make it a component. And what happens is if I go into this little library section and you see this component that's here, I'm able to drag it back out if I want to put it on another page or in another section and use it again. And be able to sort of go in and make this a different featured item selection for another page as well. Again, this is my tutorial on how to use Repeat Grid. Try using it for your menus, anything that you have to repeat, if there's patterns or maybe there's lines of text or paragraphs that's going to repeat, or images. Use it in your XD designs to make your work more efficient and to improve your workflow process. This is Nikki Rozier. Have a wonderful day.